Okay, so I just wanted to make a video sharing my fighting strats for hard mode. Now, these are not necessarily objectively the best strats, but these are just what I've noticed work for me reasonably well. So obviously I'm not on a hard mode save right now, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, first thing I wanna explain is so when you do certain actions, there are certain actions such that enemies can't attack you when you do them, or to be more precise, they can't start an attack while you're doing that action. So for example, when you're retrieving an enemy, once you've started retrieving an enemy, if an enemy hasn't started an attack, then they can't attack you. The only way you can die while you're retrieving an enemy is if an enemy starts an attack before you start the retrieve, and then you start retrieving and the enemy kills you. So keeping that in mind, you wanna basically just try to do as much of those actions as possible where the enemies can't hit you. So one of them is retrieving, another one is doing a torpedo, also jumping over an enemy, and so essentially the biggest strat is to do one of those actions, for example, jumping over an enemy, and then retrieving them immediately, so that there is as little time as possible where an enemy can actually start an attack. And as long as you keep doing that, it's not 100%, but it's unlikely that an enemy is gonna hit you. So I'll start doing the fight and show what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump over these brown guys and retrieve them immediately, and just keep doing that. Okay, well that was unintended. But yeah, you just keep doing this. And so one thing I want to mention is, if for example you knock down an enemy and then you fail to do a retrieve, then to be safe you should just leave that enemy unless there are no other enemies around, because then other enemies can attack you, and it's quite likely you'll die during the retrieve. So the safest strat that I've noticed is to only retrieve immediately after you kill an enemy, and just basically keep doing that. Now, so these guys, the big blue guys, you saw the attack he just did, where he kind of swings his sword left and right. That attack is really long. It lasts really long, which means he can do that attack, and then you'll start your retrieve like 2 or 3 seconds later, and he'll still be doing that attack, and he can very easily kill you. So because they have those really long attacks, whenever the big blue enemies spawn, you wanna kill them immediately. Kill them first, rather, before you kill any other enemy, because from what I've noticed, they are the most likely to kill you when you're doing a retrieve. So yeah, just kill this guy, same way. Oh, I didn't mean to pick up that other enemy, but that's fine. And yeah, just keep doing that. I said during the torpedo they can't attack you as well. So just keep doing this until you see the big blue enemies spawn, and then kill those first. Nice triple. Oh, and also, if you retrieve an enemy and you've got another one down, then you can also immediately retrieve the other one, because once again, there's very little time during which you're not doing anything, so the enemies are very unlikely to attack if you just retrieve and then retrieve again immediately. Anyway, so one of the blue guys spawned. Now, here's a thing. So, the big blue guy spawned, but also a brown guy spawned, and obviously the way we kill the big blue guys is by doing a torpedo. But that can be dangerous if you try to just torpedo them straight away, because the prince might target the brown guy, and then the brown guy is gonna block the torpedo, and if that happens, and the big blue enemy decides to attack at the same time, there's nothing you can do. You'll die. So if there's a big blue enemy that you want to kill first, but a brown enemy also spawns, then you want to down the brown enemy, not kill him fully, just down him, and then torpedo the big blue enemy. The reason for this is because when you're jumping over the enemy, obviously you're moving, so it's less likely you'll get hit, and you don't want to retrieve the brown enemy because obviously when you're retrieving, you're just standing in one spot. So you down the brown enemy, then you kill the big blue enemy, and then you can finish off the brown enemy or just do whatever is appropriate in the situation. So let's do that here. So see, in this case, if I hadn't downed that brown enemy, the prince likely would have targeted him, and then of course he would have blocked me, and then there would have been a fair chance that I would have died. In hard mode, that is. So at this point I've shared every strat that I know, but I'll just finish off the fight and try to do so without losing more health. Just to show it off more. So again, big blue enemy spawns, so... ah, crap. See, I would have died there. But yeah, those attacks, you really have to watch out for those, so you kill them first. But yeah, that was my fault when I got hit, because I got surrounded. I should have blocked. Those sweep attacks are also very dangerous. Okay, so there's a big blue enemy. Let's kill him. I think there's only one left, or two. And yeah, well, obviously this time I wasn't successful. But yeah, these are the strats that help me get through the fights, and hopefully they're helpful to someone else too. But you don't have to use them. As I said, they're not objectively better. And this applies to every fight, of course, though it's mainly focused on elevator, with the exception of maybe last fight. And that one you don't retrieve, so... But yeah, anyway. That's it for now.